Hey everybody, it's Alexis, and as you guys know, I've been solo owning and operating Nursery and Crafts since I was 17. So when you guys see this video, today will be the 6-year anniversary, and how time has gone by. I think that every time it's around this time of year, I'm always thinking like, oh, X, Y, and Z amount of years ago, I was literally preparing for a business. And the cool thing is that I always want to have a small business. I didn't know exactly when. I just thought that would probably be in my 20s first, but things just kind of worked out and I started early. You guys know I was looking for a job. No one would even give me a chance, which sucks. And so I ended up just going for something that I always wanted to try, jewelry making. I had never made any jewelry before I started, and literally having my own business. And I was like, you know what, let me just get a few things off Amazon. Then I ended up going to Michael's and then just made a few bracelets, and then I just started from there. I feel like the last few years have been such a journey. There have been so many highs, so many lows, and I feel like I'm at this weird point now that I've never experienced before, where even though nothing has like changed on paper, I feel probably the happiest and most confident with my business, or at least since the very beginning. And I think that at some point with my business, I went from just being very joyful, keeping it simple, just starting, and then it kind of became like, oh my god, it's a business that I have to have a certain type of social media post and I have to post this often and blah blah blah. And at some point things went from feeling like fun, even though it was a job, to literally just feeling like another hassle in my life. And that's something that I just dealt with privately for the longest time. And sometimes I would share like social media updates and everything, but for the most part I kept those things pretty much to myself. But where am I today? Today I'm just at an interesting point. I would say, again, on paper nothing's really changed much, but I am in that era of I actually would like to make things full time and to be fully reliant on it. But I feel like more than anything, I do want to actually have a community and put myself out there with other entrepreneurs, and then sharing kind of like navigating running a business, especially by myself, navigating my 20s and how things have been, and then dealing with other aspects like imposter syndrome and stuff like that, and how I'm able to just overcome those things. I would say the main thing I feel has bothered me deep down is support. And I think one thing that this business especially opened my eyes to is that the main people who support you are strangers. The strangers that you meet at the flea market, the strangers that you meet literally online, the people who will comment on your TikToks and be like, girl, this is so cool, you're so awesome, how do you do all this, like teach you how to do that. And even though you'll meet some people in your personal life that may be supportive, in a sense those strangers are a little bit more supportive. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but if you're in a situation where you don't have that super huge support system, it's okay. Like, I'm someone that's very private, and then, you know, some people are just kind of like very negative. Have you even sold any of those little bracelets? Like, girl. And I always think, let's say I didn't have any success, let's say I didn't have anything on paper that was saying, hey, you should keep going. Instead of trying to pull me down, pull me up, girl, help me. But there's some people who, I mean, they definitely want to see you not do good. But what you have to think is that there are so many more people who want to see you do amazing. And those people are literally just out there in the world. And as someone who's private, you can be private but also not gatekeep yourself to the point where all those people who want to know more about you or your business, what you got going on, like, they're not out of the loop. They can still support you, but also you can respect your personal boundaries, not have too much of your business out there, especially on the internet. So I'm at this point where I understand that taking leaps of faith is so much better than playing in the safe zone. And that goes even beyond support systems. It could just be opportunities, period. Sometimes I've done things like, remember like 2 years ago I did this little pop-up market that was like art themed. And even though I got downsized last minute, I'd say that I came in thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have enough stuff. I had the most of it out of every vendor there. And literally I thought, okay, I don't have all my pop-up displays. Like, this is just kind of like a makeshift last minute type of thing. and it still did okay because people didn't really care about that. It was just more of like me and my products, making sure that everything was of course neat and just put together, and that's really all that mattered in the end. And so all these doubts I had coming into it, it just didn't even matter because I put myself out there, and I almost ended up not going when it got downsized, but I was kind of talked into staying, and I'm glad that I was. But I'm thinking about all those other times when I maybe talked myself out of an opportunity or thought maybe I just wasn't ready yet. Even now I still have those moments where I think even like a flea market, what if I don't have enough stuff, or like what if it really isn't a good sale day? What if it starts raining? And it's stuff like that where it's like, yeah, all those things could happen, but it's better to be in a position where you get up, you go, and maybe someone doesn't buy a single thing from you, or maybe no one supports you at all. Maybe it does start raining and no one shows up. It's better to have those moments because at least you can have something to look back on, laugh at in 5 years. But you can also learn a lot of little lessons from that. But when you sit at home and you're just either making and not putting yourself out there, or you're just wondering like, oh, like should I post that video? Should I go to that market? Like, you're just wasting time and you're causing yourself distress. And I think I'm really at a point in life where it's like either do it or just let it go. If you are not committed to chasing your dreams, then it is just a fantasy. But when you make your dreams reality, there's a certain level of work you have to put into it. And even if you are unprepared, in fact, I take it back. I feel like the main people who I see succeed, it's not even that their products are just so amazing and great and but it's like they literally just go for it. And I feel like some of the most experienced people, even some people I've known that go to school, it's like they're the main ones that hold back. But it's the people who, even if they just started yesterday, their art may not be as good, their jewelry may not have the best craftsmanship to it. I mean, it just may be, okay. They put themselves out there, and then as they're growing, they're able to have those followers, they're able to see sales, they're able to just be happier and more aligned on their business. So I think I'm at that point in life where, F it, let's do it. And all you can do is try your best. And I think that the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, maybe a fifth time, it's like you're not gonna have 1,001 subscribers overnight, or you're not gonna have thousands of dollars in sales your first or second, third, whatever time. But as you keep putting yourself out there, you will be put in the algorithm, whether it's virtual or real life, where people will see you and they will naturally flock to you. The people who support you, the people who will support in terms of like buying stuff, your business, people who want to see you succeed, they will naturally flock to you. But I've also realized that sometimes keeping yourself so private, it's not that those few people don't support you, they just don't see it. So at least if you put yourself out there, you may get a not so great comment in real life and online, but you will have an overwhelming amount of positive comments. And I've learned that things don't have to be complicated, that YouTube video doesn't have to be perfect, that product does not have to have all this planning. The biggest thing is that you have something and you are showing it. Even if you just have one product, if you advertise that product to the depths of your heart, you will have someone who sees the potential in not only it, but in you as well. So after 6 years of being a solo entrepreneur, I have learned that the biggest thing is to just believe in yourself and chasing your dreams. There's a rapper, her name is Doechii, and she is such a big advocate for if you have a vision, that's your vision. And look at her. I'm sure that 5 years ago, maybe the people around her were like, yeah, rapping is cool, it's wonderful, but you still need to get like a real regular job or whatever. And now she is literally a top rap artist, and she has achieved so much in just a short time frame. And I'm sure she's not even close to the extent of her potential yet. But the point is that in life, you just have to go for it. I was thinking recently about an artist's portfolio. You could have an artist that went to school or didn't go to school, whatever case may be. But the biggest thing about an artist is that You need to see their work, right? Me personally, I don't care, degree or not. I just need to know, are you good at what you do, and are you consistent? Are you worth the money? And if I have portfolio, I have good reviews, to me, I feel more confident that this person will give me those results. But apply that to everything in life. It could be any skill, it could be any hobby, it could be any type of business. If you have no proof that you are working, how are we supposed to know that you're working? I remember this YouTuber, Berleezy, aka Berlin, he was like, success unshared is failure. Not saying that your life has to be lived online or just for other people's validation, but when you do things, it's okay to be unapologetically you. Like me, for example, I'll mention like, yeah, I got a small business, I sell jewelry, but I never proudly and confidently wear that title of like, yeah, I'm literally a jeweler. And at this point, it's been almost 6 years. By the time this video comes out, it'll be 6 years. I am a jeweler. It's not like I just started last week. I am a jeweler. I am a crafter. And that's literally my title. And it's completely okay to say that as long as I remain humble and everything. When you have worked for something, you own it. If you are genuinely getting up, even if it's not every single day, but if you are getting up consistently and you are working on your craft and you are working towards a goal, just say it, like own it, be proud of it. I feel like for me, sometimes people have asked me and sometimes I'm just like, yeah, like I always downplay, but that's just like how I am as a person. But I've realized that's so toxic, and it's not just for my business, but in all aspects of my life. But when it comes to my business, I see it the most. And it's like, people ask, it's not bragging. It's different if you're like, oh, well, I actually made like 10K in sales yesterday. Be like me. But like, if you're literally just like, yeah, I sell jewelry and crafts, I sell bracelets, I sell like, that's all. Like, it can be just that simple. Hey, I do YouTube, I do Instagram and TikTok. Like, you want to support me? Like, you can even follow me on there. Like, literally, it can be just that simple, and there's nothing arrogant or cocky or whatever about that. Like, you're just showcasing what you love to do. But I am at that point where I am ready to fully chase my dreams, go for it. I have a lot of things on my agenda, but this business has been with me through thick and thin. It's been 6 years, and since then I've also started a second business. I sell handmade art, and I'm about to do photography and ceramics as well in there. So girl, we are booked and busy. And then I also started a bookish brand, and I also do like personal vlogs in there too. So here's me putting myself out there and cross promoting. I want to do a better job of putting myself out there, taking advantage of different opportunities. Even if I want to collaborate with someone, it could just be a YouTube video. Stuff like social media. But you guys will kind of see me like kind of in and out, being consistent this year, genuinely growing. And I realized consistency does not mean a certain day of the week. Like literally, if I can post 2 videos this week, 4 next week, like as long as you're getting at least something to work with every week, that's all that matters. And I genuinely want to grow all platforms. And every time I give myself a number goal, I realize that's too small. So as of today is April 26th, by the way. So I'm only filming this a few days in advance. But for LJC, my Instagram is at 168 followers. My YouTube is at 75 subscribers, and my TikTok is at 121 followers. So if I just had to share a goal with you guys, let's just say we're gonna hit 1,000 followers, subscribers by the end of June. It is April 26th. It'll be April 30th when you guys see this. Let's just say 1,000 by the time July begins. And then once that happens, we'll celebrate. But for all of my goals, when we hit 100 subscribers on here, I don't know, we might make a little cake. We'll have something. When I hit 500, we'll celebrate. I want to celebrate all these little milestones, no matter how small they may seem. Because these are the moments that I'll look back and be like, wow, I did that. I remember when I hit 10 subscribers. I remember when I hit 25. I remember when I hit 50. And I was like, that me kind of glowing up. And there's no shame in that. But I do want to celebrate the little moments that show that I am working hard towards what I have going on. But I'm going to make you guys proud. I'm sure you guys are already proud, but obviously we're going to glow up, we're going to grow up. And there are a few things that I've been working on the scenes for a few years, and hopefully within the next year. Some things you guys will see soon, some things you guys will see probably next year. But when I say I'm working behind the scenes, I do mean it. So I don't want to be as private anymore. I will share some behind the scenes with you guys, but some things were just in the works for a while. But since we are talking, there are a few more products that I want to add to my list. As you guys know, I have a lot of jewelry. I need to bring like necklaces, and then for crafts, I had terracotta pots and coasters. I'm going to remix those and have them as like little mystery bags, but I do want to learn how to do wire jewelry, so we'll probably have rings, and then I also want to learn how to do crochet. So I want to start with something simple like crochet coasters, and then maybe if I feel confident, maybe we can do like little plushies. I don't know, don't quote me on that. But those are things to look forward to at least by the end of this year, hopefully within the next quarter or so. But this year, again, we're just going to glow up, grow up. And before I kind of close this out, I do want to say that if any of you guys are wondering how to start your business, or you're just completely lost, it's better to just go ahead and start. Keep it simple. If you have a product or a service, the best thing you can do is just have at least one or two things. Put yourself out there. I definitely recommend getting on social media, even if it's not like a full-blown YouTube or whatever type of gig, and just talk about your product. And then as time goes on, you can have like your personal website, and you can grow your socials, whatever the case may be. And you can add all those little details in there, but don't think you need to have a fancy camera to get on YouTube, or think you need to literally have your own personal website to start off with. If you just want to start going to the flea market, just do that. If you just want to, I don't know, pass out some flyers around town, please don't feel embarrassed to do that. That's back in the day type of stuff. But my point is that you can succeed in everything you do, but the biggest thing is that you do have to be ready for that lifestyle shift. There is a certain amount of time that you have to dedicate. My dog is getting into something, I can hear him. There's a certain amount of time that you do have to dedicate to your craft, getting up consistently. It doesn't have to be every single day, but if you can, every single day, and showcasing what you love and just growing. And if you can't commit to that, I would recommend don't even start it. But if you want to grow, understand that it's not going to be all pretty and amazing and aesthetic at first. You will develop your branding, you will develop your community, you will develop everything that you desire, but it takes time. So don't be fooled by the fact that it is taking a minute to grow. There are some people who, they already have a big following, so when they start their business, it's not a big adjustment. If you're starting from scratch, it may take years for you to really grow. That's completely okay. But even as you're growing, there'll be some people who will try to bring you down. Don't listen to them. They obviously didn't chase their dreams, or they didn't have success with it, and they want you to follow that same path. But you don't listen to people like that, because they are not going to lead you to success. They do not want you to win. But there are so many people in this world who do, including yourself. And you should wake up every day confident what you got going on, happy what you got going on, and just trust that everything will work out way better than you could have ever imagined it. I'm so glad I started my small business, because outside of the actual business itself, it has taught me so much about patience and determination, about types of people in the world. I always wanted to be on YouTube, but I never thought I would be on YouTube for my little jewelry business, because I never really thought I'd have a little jewelry business, but here we are. It's my first YouTube, and I have been documenting my journey as a business owner for 3 out of 6 years, so half of my time. And as you guys can see, I was still a little baby. I still had braces on my teeth, and I still had so much growing to do. So if you guys want to check out those old videos, you can. I've grown a lot. The quality of videos have grown a lot. But anyways, this video is so long. I just want to tell you guys that I thank you guys if you've been supporting me throughout these years. If you're new, if you guys see this in the future, you haven't even met me yet, hello, I'm Alexis. I thank you guys for supporting me on my journey, and I hope that you guys love everything that's to come, and in the same right, I support you guys as well. If you are a good person, you work hard, things will always work out for you. So I'm gonna get these dogs, but understand that things always work out for you, and that it takes time to grow a village. It's okay. You know, you got it. Things are gonna work out better than you could have ever imagined. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys would like to support my small business, here's my stuff. You can also click on the links in the bio to go to it directly. But that being said, hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I can't wait to share my secret projects with you guys. But bye.